Hey everyone, it's Nico with Legacy Realty, your real estate agent and real estate advisor, and I hope you're all having a great day today. Today is Tuesday, which, as I say every week, if you have never seen these videos, I just want to say thank you for watching these videos. If you continue to watch these videos time after time, I also want to say thank you to you. But the reason why I do these videos is to teach, train, and to educate you guys about what it means to be a home buyer, a home seller, a homeowner, or even a real estate investor. And so today I want to talk about why we are not in a housing bubble. You know, my goal and mission in real estate is to serve and to create a difference and make a difference in the lives of others through real estate by helping you build life, wealth, and a legacy through real estate. And one way I can do that is by talking about why we are not in a housing bubble, as so many people talk about. So again, maybe you've heard someone say this, or maybe you said this yourself. I'm worried about buying because we're in a bubble and I'm going to wait until this bubble pops and then buy. And according to a study from Clever Real Estate in the spring, about 45% of home sellers say they believed that the housing market was heading towards a crash this year. So most leading housing economists agree that the market isn't in bubble territory. While home prices have never been higher, the market today is considerably different than in 2008. And one way we know, and there's a few reasons why housing economists believe that we're not in a bubble that will pop. And so for those who are worried, it is completely understandable that you might be worried since this wasn't that long ago, since you have lived through this before. You know, millennials right now are the strongest home buying force today. And so it makes sense that they may be worried too, because they saw their parents go through the crash of '08. And so, you know, it's understandable that people might be worried and that you might be worried about it. But I really want to talk about why we're not in the same situation and why we're in a different situation and how we know that. So first, mortgages are structured differently. In the 2008 market crash, there were people who were getting mortgages that should not have gotten mortgages. And so lending practices were extremely lax. They were giving loans out to people based off of the promise to repay it. And people were really taking on loans that they couldn't even afford. And so obviously when the market crashed, they were upside down. And so they had to foreclose. And so today, lenders are a lot more strict. And those who regulate lenders and the types of loans they can give out, and all of that stuff, it's a lot more strict of a process. And so they don't want to make the same mistake as they did back then to lend people mortgages that they can't repay. And so lending has become more stricter and continues to be. And you know, especially talks within a small recession coming up. Lending practices have become even more stricter just even recently this year because they don't want to end up on the wrong side of a recession, no matter how short-lived it may be. So then secondly, housing inventory remains low. The nation is roughly 3 million homes short of meeting buyer demand. And even though we see the nation as a whole being short of homes to meet buyer demand, we especially see that here in the Denver metro area. We have seen that, one way we know this is that instead of a housing surplus like we had in '08, the nation and Denver, it's still facing a severe housing shortage. We are about 3,000 homes away from even being where we were at last year in the Denver metro area. And, you know, this year we entered into the year with months and inventory beginning at 4,000 homes. There were 4,000 active homes at the end of December to be bought and to be sold. And so that's not even close to where we need to be. We're at 1 month of inventory right now. And usually a neutral market is 6 months inventory. So we're not even close to being at a buyer's market. We're still at a shortage. So this is really just a different situation. And then also real estate can actually be a hedge against inflation. Locking in a fixed mortgage rate now will actually protect homeowners against future increases in housing prices. And this doesn't exist when you rent a home. Rental prices have climbed drastically over the last year. and renting does not offer the ability to also build equity. And then also a market correction is what we are seeing, and it's not the same as a crash. The market has showed signs of slowing down, but based on the present evidence, there is no expectation of a fallout from the correction that would be comparable to '07 and the '09 global financial crisis. So it's understandable to be worried and that you would want to be confident that you are not buying into a repeat of 2008 and end up upside down in your home. But the things that I just listed are many reasons why many people in the industry, including myself, really don't believe that we're in a bubble, that we're in a market correction, and that we're just going back to normal. We've been in a situation where we haven't been in the norm over the last couple of years. And so it's a sudden shift. And because of that, I think people are, kind of feeling a little bit uneasy and when there's a sudden change. And so if you have questions, if you want to talk about this, even if you disagree, I would love to hear from you. Please reach out. And until next week, I hope you all have a great week.